Okay, so a little over 2 years ago, I posted a video kind of of my life story, um, just kind of what I'd been through, from like when my sister was sick to that time. That was somewhere before my junior year. And so at school, I had to write a speech for my public speaking class, and we were allowed to do it on anything we want. And I decided to join mental health because I'd been through so much and I know a lot about mental health. So I decided to make a speech about that, and I wanted to share it. But before I start, trigger warning, because I do talk about things like self-harm, suicide, sexual assault, eating disorders. Very briefly, I talk about eating disorders, but just anything like that. So if any of that can trigger you, please do not watch this. And without further ado, let's get into it. Life can be really difficult, and experiencing trauma can be enough to break you. I would know. I've had my fair share. In 8th grade, my sister had a surgery that almost killed her, and it took a huge toll on my family and me. After that, my mental health started to go down the drain, but I didn't really think it was that big a deal. My freshman year, I started getting bullied, and during volleyball practice, which was also picture day, I broke down. The following school year, my family made a life-changing decision to move to Florida. Leaving all my friends made my mental health even worse. I didn't know anyone, and I didn't talk to many others because I was scared. I made a few friends from one person introducing me to all of her friends. My sophomore year started off pretty good, but then I went through the hardest things imaginable. I was raped. Me being the idiot I was, I decided to keep to myself for 3 weeks and not tell anyone until I finally told a friend. I wasn't planning on telling my parents, but one text to that friend showed up on my sister's computer, and she told my parents about it, which forced me to tell them what had happened. After that, the assault became real, and my depression became my life. I stopped eating and stopped sleeping, and eventually started self-harming, until I finally told a friend who convinced me to tell my mom. With the help of my mom, I eventually stopped. Of course, there were moments when I reverted back to unhealthy ways of dealing with stress, but I didn't do that too often. At the beginning of my junior year, I kind of started to just fake it and always say I'm fine, which technically was not lying. Fine is an acronym for F, faking a smile, I, insecure, N, numb to everything, and E, emotionally unstable. See? I'm not lying. So anyway, my junior year was as normal as it could be, for me at least, until January 1st. I had a problem with my hands and wrists that I realized in 5th grade, but I had no idea what it was. When we moved to Florida, my doctors diagnosed me, a year later, with a genetic disorder known as myotonic dystrophy. I found out, along with muscles in my hands and wrists, I also had a problem with my heart. I had to have 3 surgeries in 2020. My first surgery was a heart catheter, which was supposed to fix the electrical system in my heart, but it didn't work. My second surgery was a loop recorder, which recorded how often my heart stopped and for how long. I was supposed to have her 3 years, and about 3 months later, they called me in to tell me I needed a pacemaker, which was my third and final surgery, and now my heart doesn't stop anymore. So yay. I hated having to go through all this and questioned why this was happening to me, and it got so bad that I attempted suicide twice, but it wasn't my time to go, because both times my life was saved by people who care about me. Senior year started and my mental health was still in the gutter. I was just having a hard time with being happy. I started using antidepressants, and they ended up making me more suicidal and causing me to go crazy, which led to me calling CPS because I thought my parents were abusing me. So I went off the medication, and I became myself after a week or so. Pretty soon after that, I started feeling better in general. I gave my life to Christ, and I felt good for about 2 weeks, which is not normal for someone with depression and no medication. I still have bad days, and my anxiety can get triggered by absolutely nothing, but I learned how to cope with it, and there is hope. I was about as far gone as someone can be. If I can find hope, anyone can. You're never alone. There's always someone out there who has it worse than you. In all seriousness, though, there is hope, and you will be okay. Time heals well. And bottling up your feelings because of the fear of being judged and ridiculed is not good for you. The only reason I'm standing here today is because I got help from people who care about me. There are people who love you and care about you. Don't hide how you feel. If someone asks if you're okay and you're not, be honest and say, no, I'm not. And once you say those 3 words, you will be one step closer to getting better. Trust me when I say you're not alone. You're never alone. There's always someone out there who cares. And once you find that person, it'll be that much easier to get better. It's been 5 years and I am happier and healthier now. If I can find hope after 5 years of feeling like there isn't hope and feeling I should just give up, then anyone can. Whatever you may be going through in your life right now, it isn't the end-all be-all. It may seem like there's no point in trying, but if you won't stay for yourself, then stay for me. Stay for the people that care about you and love you. Please stay. Because even if you have given up on yourself, I will never give up on you. You can get help, and if you want to be anonymous and not tell a friend or someone you know, there are numbers you can call. The National Suicide Helpline number is 1-800-273-8255. Please get help if you need it, because you deserve to have a future and you deserve to live the life you want. Spend your days being the person you want to be, even if it feels impossible. You can get better, I promise. I know what it feels like to go to a dark place and feel like there's no way to get out and feel like you're just in a hole and you're stuck there forever. But you can get better. You can get out of that hole. It will feel like there's no hope a lot, but you can do better and you can get out of that hole. I promise. So I hope this helped you. If you want to talk to me, you can leave a comment or you can DM me on Instagram. My Insta is Breton_C_McCollum. My name is spelled BRETTON_C_MCCOLLUM. So if you want to talk to me, please leave a comment or DM me. I'll be happy to get back to you. I guess that's it. Thank you.